What's up, MLB Dynasty League One? This is Tim Sox 860, CEO and Commissioner of DL1. Just wanted to kind of do a little bit of a divisional uh, matchup, a bit of a breakdown of the divisions, and talk a little bit about some of the statistics that are being shown so far. We're about at the halfway season of our 82 games. I think we're at a lot of guys are right around game 30, 39 or 40. As you can tell, the American League East is kind of what it's been like for quite a few years now. Myself at first base, in first place with 30 and 9. Five-tool slugger right behind me as usual at a modest 25 and 13. 4.5 games back. We got Goodfella lagging behind a little bit this year, having a little bit of a rough year. But I think if he's able to make some trades during the trade deadline, he could definitely turn his season around. He's within reach of 500 at 15 and 23. He'll have to win some games and play really competitive, but I think he's definitely got the talent to do that. We got a new owner in the Orioles coming in, taking over for Elwood. Angel is 15 and 25. He's 15 and a half out. Welcome Angel to the club, and we're just happy to have him here. He's played some really great games so far, and we look forward to him trying to climb out of the basement with that team. He's playing pretty well with them right now, so everybody look out for Angel. JN161, he's the new Orioles owner. But as of right now, like I said, Red Sox reigning over the AL East. Very, very impressive 30 and 9 record. Divisional games. He's 8-2. I'm 8-2 in the last 10. Just tearing it up on both sides of the ball. David Price is probably a little bit of a weak point for me this year. I'm trying to work on him, but other than that, Red Sox on the top, and Toronto's slightly behind. Also in the wild card hunt for sure, and probably most likely will be for the rest of the season. But let's move over to the Central. We have Mr. Meal Ticket with Detroit at 26 and 13, and we have Carly Tones, the back-to-back reigning champion of DL1 with Cleveland at 23 and 15, only 2.5 games back. That's going to be a fight for the division there, along with whoever is not in first place will be contending for a wild card spot as well. Really interested to see how that turns out. Punishment Dealt is back. It's going to try and get those Royals back on track. He's about 500 at 19 and 19. It's only 6.5 games back. Plenty of time and plenty of games to be played for him to make a run. And he's definitely got the pitching and the ability to do that. Very good player, has been for about 5-6 years now. Birdman J, struggling against Meal Ticket this year. Got to be able to win those divisional games, but very star-studded pitcher. Could use a little bit of help on the hitting side, but overall well-rounded player, and is going to be fighting and could be a very good, tough opponent to play towards the end of the season. He could play a spoiler possibly. He's sitting at 14 and 25, 12 games back. So like I said, Pun, Carly Tones, Meal Tickets, looking like you guys are going to be battling it out for that division. That should be very interesting moving forward. I'm obviously going to try and do my best as long as people continue to play and get their series done on time to continue these divisional recaps and divisional breakdowns throughout the second half of the season. But that all, really kind of weighs on you guys, and if you guys play your games and I don't have to, scramble to find fill-ins or replacements, and I'll have the time to be able to do stuff like this. Moving on to the West, Royals J sitting on top with the Texas Rangers at 21 and 16. Glockwork right behind him at 20-19, only 2 games back. That'll be a fight between the two of them, as well as Who has a outside chance at 6.5 back at a 16-24 record. He's going to have to play really well to put himself in the hunt, but he's not out of it just yet. Mammoth with a modest 5-32 record. Mammoth, we love you, buddy. We don't care what your record looks like. We got love for you, bud. Keep battling and keep playing hard. You're a great player, regardless of what your record is. We love you. Jay Glock, three-way battle there. Again, anyone that's within, I say 7, 8 games still has a chance to turn their season around after making some trades and going into the second half of the season and try and get hot. So the American League looks very solid right now on all 3 divisions. There's races. Not too many people out of it right now, so we're looking really good on that end. Going to head over to the National League now. Talk about the National League East. Pancake Face on top with his Mets at 23 wins, 16 losses. We got ATL Braves with the Atlanta Braves fighting it with that team, doing well at a 17-20 mark, 5 games behind. Bud Bowl, Miami, 6 games behind, 16-21. This division's real tight. Phenom, 17-22, 6 games behind. Everybody's within reach. This is going to be an interesting division, guys. Anybody could win that division at any time. Anybody can get hot. So that's an exciting division to be watching as we get to the second half of the season. Pancake, very difficult, ex-champion. I think it was back in 2011 maybe that he won it. Been here for years. Great player. All of that whole division is stacked with good players, playoff caliber players. So we'll see what they can do in the second half with their teams after the trades are made and see what they can do to try and put themselves over the top. Going into the National League Central, we have a big power hitting Soglo Southpaw at a 27-11 record. He was sporting the best record in the club for about, I'd say the first third of half of the season. Very strong player, been here for years. A lot of respect for his game. He's sitting on top, 27-11. Chevy Dog started off slow, was on vacation, lost some games to a fill-in that had to come in, but was able to rebound very strongly over the last several series and bounce back at a 25-12, only a game and a half behind Soglo. That's going to be a fight and a half for the two of them. York, Chicago Cubs, 15-23, 12 behind. Tat Lawson, 10-27. York, you got to turn yourself around on that team. You got a lot of talent there. Got to turn that team around, turn that season around if you can. Tat, first year back for many years from taking a break, just getting his feet wet. Good pitcher, still needs to figure out the timing on the off-speed pitches, but getting better as he continues to play with us. So stick with us, Tat. York, you're always here. You know that. You're an original. Chevy Dog, Soglo, your divisions to fight for, guys. York and Tat, we're going to fight to the end. I know that. So we'll see what happens in that division as well. Just a lot of great games being played here. Soglo and Chevy Dog had a great 4-game series recently. I think it was either a 3-game or a 4-game. Might have been a 3-game, but Chevy ended up sweeping them, which was a big change in this division over the last month or so. Soglo's pretty much held the top, but now Chevy's making a move, so that'll be interesting to see. Going into the West, you got you got your regular guy on top, Del DeFunky, who's actually in second place with a raging Colorado team. El Duque coming in from DL3, representing well. playing well at a 27-10 at the top of the division right now. Funky's the powerhouse of that division for over the years, but now Duque's here to say, hey, I'm not so sure of that anymore. So Duque's playing really well. The Funky will always be there. Bio, a little bit of an off season with them Dodgers, buddy. Got to turn them around, maybe make some trades, do what you got to do. He could very well turn his season around. He's at 15-22, 12 games behind. Wade came in, took over for a really tough, tough Diamondbacks team that the prior owner was not doing very well with. So big ups to Wade to take over that team and try and give everybody a solid competitive matchup. Big props to him for that. So between El Duque and Del the Funky, Soglo, Chevy Dog, Pancake Face, that whole division in the East, the American League between me and Slugger, you got Jerry Goodfella with a chance. Never count out the Orioles owner. He's going to be throwing everything at you he can to try and scrap up some wins. The Central is wide open with Pun and Carly Tones. I mean, it's just everywhere you go. It's great divisional races, great divisional matchups. Keep playing hard, guys. We look forward to doing more of these updates, maybe getting into a little bit of the stats and stuff like that. I don't want to take too long. It's already about at the 12-minute mark. So keep playing hard, keep communicating, compromising, and completing these games. All right, guys. Let's get through the season strong, and I'll be back in another couple of weeks to do another divisional breakdown. All right, take care, guys.